distinctly recall my parents saying to my sister and I, when you're playing downstairs and that phone rings, don't answer it. And it was because Karen would have been trying to call her husband in jail.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And so when I was a kid, we had a party line in the country. Do you know what those are? Where you shared a telephone line with your neighbors?
Maybe it was a party line.
Yeah. And you were never tempted to just listen or anything?
No, I knew. If it rang, you just don't answer.
You knew. You were obedient. You were raised in a very good family. That's excellent. Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned your sister. I was waiting for that because look at this slide.
Yes. See, I always have my mouth opened, always talking.
So that's a very cute family picture. Which one are you?
So the one,
The one with the mouth wide open.
That's right, the youngest there.
And how many years older than you is your sister?
She's just under 2 years older, and we're very close. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And does she follow the same kind of convictions that your parents instilled in you?
She did. It manifested differently. So the way it manifested for me was that I went full-time in the pro-life movement. And my sister first became a pharmacist and then a nurse, and then now is a full-time mom. But she was very much a pro-life pharmacist and a pro-life nurse and stood by her convictions even under difficult times.
So it's a topic that she as well cares about. It just looks different, which is the same for everyone in this, well, the majority of the people in this room, the ones I know personally, they all very much care about the topic, and we're all different parts of that same body. So your sister is definitely playing a different role than you are.
But it's the previous experience which is coloring the present interpretation. And so when we ask questions, what we're really doing is seeking to understand what temperature was the bucket of water before this encounter. The person that I'm speaking with and how they're interpreting what I'm saying or what their views are, these are being influenced by where they came from before. And if I don't try to seek to understand where they came from before, we're probably going to be saying, no, it's hot, no, it's cold, no, it's hot, no, it's cold, and getting nowhere. But if we say, well, where are you coming from? What have your life experiences been? Then they're going to reveal more, we're going to see more, and we're going to, I think, move further in reaching that person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just had 2 points to make with what you're saying. I actually have a life lesson to do similar with the lukewarm, the cold, the hot water. My friend and I one time encountered a drunk driver. Clearly, actually he had hit the ditch, and we stopped on Highway 16 to help push him out. And then we realized after he got back in that we were pretty sure he was drunk. Well, he'd been driving very erratically. He gave us many signs, like he was kind of sticking with us. And so we ended up thinking that for his best interest and everybody else's, we had to call the police. So we did, and we had to give a description of the vehicle. And we're 2 people, and we're practically looking at the vehicle. And I said it was big and green, and she said it was small and blue. And we were like, what?
Yeah.
And so then we debriefed, and I had a tiny, tiny car, and compared to my car, it was big. She had a really big car. Compared to her car, it was small. And the color was probably aqua, but still.
That's a great illustration of that point. Absolutely.
Also, you're talking about the Socratic method and asking questions and letting the truth be revealed to them within themselves as they're coming to these realizations, which I think can be key. There's a Christian apologist named Ray Comfort, and he talks about, he does the 180 video that we have for sale here today. He's very good. But he talks about when presenting people with the gospel, sometimes unbeknownst, we can shine like a floodlight in their eyes. And they go like this because, that's not comfortable.
Right.
But in the morning when we're waking up and we're opening up our blinds, the shade blinds, and the sun is gradually starting to come in, that is such a wonderful experience, and it sets our day. And so that type of thing where it's being revealed to them
gradually,
as they're embracing it and they're starting to understand can be a much more effective approach.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. One of the things, as we talk about research, when I speak, I often talk about a good offense is a good defense. You know that saying? And I homeschooled my kids for 7 years. And with homeschooling, the debates people are going to raise. Like, I often ask the audience, what's one of them? Socialization. Everybody's going to say that. So equip yourself with an answer. And you look at Paul in the Bible. when he spoke to different groups, he knew their culture, he knew
Right.
them, he knew where they were coming from, and he spoke very differently. And so I'm assuming that that's what you do. You went in knowing that he had this certain line of thinking, you prepared accordingly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember consulting Scott Klusendorf about that in particular, saying, oh, he's a Peter Singer type, what are, and it was actually Scott that sent me the anencephalic example from, I think it was Frank Beckwith, and said, oh, why don't you, use this example on him? But certainly we want to be prepared to give a defense for the hope that lies in us and be able to speak the language of our audience, meet people where they're at. And that's what I certainly try to do, again, seeking to understand. Where's this person coming from? What is their perspective?
And the quote from Singer actually was from an article that Scott Klusendorf wrote for the Christian Research Institute.
Okay, yeah.